I'm Dalton Barrett with News Radio WGNS, and here is your Rutherford County Roundup for December the 6th, 2024. In the largest methamphetamine investigation in Nashville's history, law enforcement has dismantled a California to Tennessee drug trafficking ring responsible for moving an estimated 5,000 pounds of meth into the city. Since November 2022, authorities have intercepted over 800 pounds of meth and 24 pounds of fentanyl, keeping these dangerous drugs off the street. Led by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and Metro Nashville Police Department, the operation involved local, state, and federal agencies, including SWAT teams and task forces across Middle Tennessee. 13 individuals have been indicted, including Francisco Velasquez Serrano of California, who is accused of supplying the drugs. Local figures, including James Butler and Jeffrey Jones of Nashville, reportedly oversaw the distribution network. Law enforcement also seized substantial quantities of drugs, firearms, and cash during search operations. Officials emphasized the importance of collaboration in combating drug trafficking. TBI Director David Roche praised the teamwork involved, saying, "Middle Tennessee is safer today because of these efforts." The investigation remains ongoing, with additional charges anticipated. And excitement builds in Murfreesboro after construction progress on the highly anticipated Buc-ee's Travel Center. A key milestone, the relocation of Elam Road, is nearing completion, paving the way for the next phase of development. The Tennessee Department of Transportation has announced lighting upgrades and ramp enhancements for the nearby Joe B. Jackson Parkway interchange, set to begin in March 2025. Additionally, the city is realigning Butler Drive to improve traffic flow, with completion expected in early 2025. Once finished, Buc-ee's will offer its signature large fuel stations, clean facilities, and unique merchandise, further boosting Murfreesboro's economy and convenience for travelers. The Murfreesboro Police Department's Fatal Crash Accident Team is investigating a deadly three-car crash that occurred on Wednesday, December 4th, just before 1 p.m. on Northwest Broad Street. Authorities report that the driver of a 2020 Kia Rio may have improperly changed lanes, colliding with a 2015 Kia Optima. The impact forced the Rio into oncoming traffic, where it was struck by a 2013 Volkswagen Beetle. Debris also hit a passing Chrysler minivan. Tragically, the 24-year-old driver of the Kia Rio was pronounced dead at the scene. Her identity is being withheld pending family notification. No other injuries were reported, but investigators are exploring whether drugs or alcohol were factors in the crash. Substances and an open alcohol container were found in one vehicle. In a surprising turn, the Kia Optima driver, 19-year-old Brandon Alexander, was arrested at the scene on unrelated warrants for theft and criminal simulation. A loaded AR-15 was also discovered in his vehicle. And in Rutherford County, a debate is heating up over how to allocate funds to support county workers and infrastructure projects. County Mayor Joe Carr has proposed a cost of living pay raise for county employees in the next fiscal year, but a competing proposal from Commissioner Craig Harris suggests reallocating funds from a proposed $14 million forensic center to provide immediate raises. Mayor Carr opposes using one-time funds for reoccurring expenses, emphasizing that once the money is gone, sustainable revenue sources must support ongoing cost. Commissioner Harris counters by advocating for immediate pay raises. He suggests the pay hike can be funded from excess revenues and revisited next spring. Both leaders acknowledge the need for competitive salaries, but their disagreement centers on timing and priorities. The county commission is reportedly divided on the issue, with discussions continuing into the next budget cycle. Murfreesboro police are searching for a duo who turned a simple phone repair into an unexpected escapade. The incident occurred on November 23rd at Computamax on Old Fort Parkway. A man and woman had dropped off an iPhone 15 Pro for repairs earlier in the week, and when they returned to retrieve it, the woman devised a bold plan, requesting to charge her phone in the car to test it, when moments later she sped off in a silver Honda with temporary tags, leaving behind an unpaid bill and stunned employees. The man dressed in a black Billionaire Boys Club t-shirt and the woman wearing a black hoodie with white writing are now being sought by police. Photos available on our website, and if you recognize the financially creative couple, contact Detective Shan Harris at 629-201-5536. And the National Park Services have named Benjamin Hayes the new superintendent of the Stones River National Battlefield. Hayes will officially assume his role on January 12th of 2025. Hayes brings over a decade of National Park Services experience, having led education programs in Hawaii's Volcanoes National Park and held positions at parks across the country, including Alaska and Washington, D.C. Interestingly, Hayes began his career at Stones River as a volunteer and park ranger while studying at Middle Tennessee State University. A native of Cookeville, Hayes holds a degree in history from the University of Kentucky as well as MTSU, and he's passionate about hiking, travel, and uncovering history. The park is excited to welcome him as he builds on its mission of preservation, education, and community partnership. And in a troubling sign of the times, criminals in Rutherford County have turned to artificial intelligence to exploit residents in an elaborate phone scam. The victim received a call that appeared to be from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office with a scammer impersonating Captain Will Holton, claiming that the resident had an arrest warrant for missing jury duty. The scammer demanded $7,500, and the caller provided a QR code and instructed the victim to deposit money into a Bitcoin ATM. Later realizing that she had been deceived, the victim reported the incident to the Sheriff's Office. Captain Holton reassured the public that law enforcement will never request payments over the phone, and detectives explained that the scammers used AI to mimic Holton's voice and spoofed the department's dispatch number to make the call appear legitimate. Within minutes of the deposit, the funds were dispersed through multiple digital wallets, making recovery nearly impossible. And Nashville's Brenda Lee continues to make history as her iconic holiday hit, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, was officially designated Tennessee's state holiday song this week at the state capitol. Lee, now a music legend, recorded the track in 1958 at just 13 years old, and the song has since become a seasonal classic, reaching #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 last year, 65 years after its debut, setting a record for the longest gap between release and top charting status. The recognition came through the House Bill 1613 introduced by State Representative Jason Powell, and the bill passed overwhelmingly earlier this year and was signed into law by Governor Bill Lee. Brenda Lee, a longtime Nashville resident, sold over 100 million records and was the first woman inducted into both the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In Smith County, an Elmwood woman is at the center of a major embezzlement case. Kitty Rena Smith, age 60, is accused of stealing over $250,000 from her employer across 8 years, allegedly using the company's funds for personal expenses, including dining and travel. The investigation, which is led by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and Carthage Police, was initiated by the 15th Judicial District Attorney General Jason Lawson. Smith, who served as an office manager at a Carthage business, was indicted by the Smith County grand jury for theft of over $250,000. She surrendered to authorities, posting a $10,000 bond shortly after. And as Murfreesboro continues to grow, so does the demand for more classroom space in the city's school system. According to Lisa Trail, Director of Communications for Murfreesboro City Schools, the district is focusing on expanding existing schools to manage increasing enrollment. For example, 7 years ago, Black Fox Elementary added 7 classrooms to meet higher demand, and similar strategies may be implemented in the future. Currently, enrollment numbers have not yet reached levels requiring the construction of a new standalone school. However, the city is closely monitoring population trends and housing developments, which could quickly impact enrollment. The last school built in Murfreesboro was the Salem Elementary School, which opened in 2019, becoming the district's 13th school. The Murfreesboro City Schools District now serves over 9,340 students with a staff of 800 and a diverse student body speaking more than 30 languages. And that's all for now. If you want updates on these and more stories, check out our website, WGNSradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook and on X. I'm Dalton Barrett. I'll talk to you later.